Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Wrap Up Show. What a show we had today. Charmin, what did you think
Hi.
about today? I mean, geez Louise, I loved every second of it.
I did too. I love the new guy. I hope he comes back. I can't wait to see him again. I'm going to be watching all of his stuff. I love the fact that he tagged Bob right away. I was a little concerned about Alan from the very beginning, and
Yeah.
that definitely wasn't what I was hoping to experience with him. I hope we can get him back into the KAF loop, but
I have to say, I wasn't surprised, especially as it went, because he feels like somebody that's very has a inflated sense of self-worth, let me just say. And so when he got ignored, he thought he was going to be the first thing on the show. He not only was sitting backstage, but he called her to let her know. And those kinds of things aren't going to fly with her because she's not going to be told how to handle the show.
no, it's not her show. And he does have a long running career, and he's Jim Morrison's brother-in-law, so I'm sure he does have an inflated ego and a bunch of stories he wants to tell. But it's Kermit and Friends. It's a Lisa show. She got him on right away, but I hope he comes back. Hope he comes back.
We've got a bunch of friends backstage. Before I bring them up, I just want to say, everybody be nice to each other. We're going to have a fun show today. No drama. So we got Man Cave Live, Super Tramp, the super producer, K Jobs, Kleenex.
Hi.
Peter, welcome everybody.
I just want to say real quick,
hey everybody.
Probably the best show since the two women that made the movie. I'm a huge Alex Stein fan. I found him about 3 years ago. Everybody knows I listen to InfoWars. He's been on with Alex. I've seen him with Tucker. He was great on the show. One of the things that I like about him is he doesn't have an inflated ego, and he's got great success going on right now. And he's still very humble. And I thought that was very refreshing for somebody that's blowing up the way he is, and he's not forgot where he comes from and what he's about. And I think he handled Bob excellently. I did enjoy the Jimmy thing in the middle because it reminds me of Biden getting angry. But with that being said, great show. I wanted to desperately go on, but I just couldn't. It's raining like hell here, so I'm out here getting wet trying to talk to you guys for a little bit.
Oh, wow, you can't even tell.
That's all I want to add. Great show.
Thank you, Kleenex. I agree with you 100%.
She did a great job. I think the flirtation was very real, and hopefully they make a connection. I think it's spot on.
As long as he doesn't break her heart.
That was a joke. That was like a nervous joke,
so,
you could tell. I've been watching this guy long enough that I know he just says some things out of nervous energy, so it was just a joke.
Okay. Yeah, no, I agree with you, Kleenex. Every single thing you said, I completely agree with. I found it absolutely amazing. Yeah.
The best ever.
Yeah, it was truly refreshing to see somebody like that be so candid and open and honest emotionally about the loss of his mother, things like that. I mean, you don't get that from many people. And being a cat lover, John, I'm going to turn you down a little bit. That TV drives me nuts in the background.
Oh, sorry, let me do
it. So anyway, yeah, like just him being candid and him, like I was telling Charmin, I've been into him, like watching his videos for about the last week, and I didn't know that he was going to be on here. And when I did find out it was going to be on there, it was quite ironic because I had already sent him a message telling him that I thought that his content was fucking amazing. And for him to be on and then exceed my expectations, I was so stoked about that. It was really cool.
That's good. No, he was great. I'm so glad that she got him on. I don't know who connected them together. She's been friends with him on Facebook for a long time. It's just, he's a good energy, and he's right. Everybody enjoys that higher energy. We don't want to be drugged down into the muck with some of the lesser appealing behaviors.
He was fired up.
The T-Bobs of the world.
The T-Bobs of the world. I love the way he handled T-Bobs.
He could have gone on with Bob forever. He could have gone on, and he wasn't sick of it. He was feeding off the back and forth.
Right. I thought it was funny that Alan was so butthurt that he shot himself in the foot, because I would have loved to see Alex and Alan go back and forth. I felt like that would have been really fun. But Alan had to leave. And I also like to bring up what Kleenex was talking about. I thought it was funny what Jimmy Rizzo was doing, but I kind of wish there would have been more back and forth, because Jimmy Rizzo was in backstage being like, fuck this guy. This guy's the worst. Like, why can't they get in? The whole time I'm thinking, Jimmy, listen, man, like, you're almost impossible to understand. We finally have a guest that's open and honest and amazing. And now you're backstage being jealous, just like all the other little jealous people that are.
Well, when somebody has so much raw talent like Alex Stein, and somebody that works so hard to have semi-talent, and they see just natural ability to get on and win people over, and people immediately. I don't even know how you can watch Alex Stein and not start relating to him within 7 to 10 minutes after he talks. And I think the negative energy of these people are so jealous of anybody with that higher vibration he talks about that I'm a high believer in. And I just think, and I was talking about the other guy from Britain too, how he lost his shit. I thought that was funny.
Yeah, exactly. That's what
the guy that I call Joe Biden with a beret and long hair. But
high class show. I'm not looking at all these.
Yeah, the last 2 weeks have been phenomenal. The two women that did the production for the movie. That was last week, right?
That was last week.
Yeah, that was last week. Yeah.
Yeah. So the last 2 weeks, best by far for 2022, two best shows ever.
I completely agree.
Two best shows ever.
It's a great way for her to start our
because of the guest, and because of the high vibration and the sense of humor and the open candidness, how candid these last two shows have been. That people came on without the ego and just to have a good time and be a really good guest.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't agree more. I felt it was really funny at the end when Captain was basically extremely jealous. Let's be honest.
Oh God, yes.
And he couldn't even hide it on his face, so he was being overly weird and silly. Maybe he's on cocaine or something, but he was very weird and strange. But it's funny to see how he's reacting to a great interview like that. You'd think he would be happy for something to happen like that, but he was.
But Weezy, when somebody's face to face with that much raw talent and that vibration of that he talks about, they're extremely intimidated immediately, and you just saw the intimidation immediately appear on the face of Captain Contact. So
I agree with you 100%. And listen, man, that guy, he communicated in the way which I'm always trying to communicate, but fail at it. He is exactly that presence and the energy that he has is exactly what I'm striving to be when I'm communicating with people online. But I get caught up in the muck. I get into that lower frequency. I'm always dragged down into it. He was far enough removed from people like T-Bob and other things to just say it how it was, telling T-Bob to get his beard out of his mouth. And listen, I'm not against T-Bob anymore. We've made friends again. And I was glad to see him on the show again. But for Alex to nail him like that and say stuff like that, it's like, dude, that was a masterclass actually on how to deal with people. Yeah.
It was very enjoyable.
He really was. And then Kenneth calling. I mean, give me a break. Did he not know?
We still don't know the Kermitarian of the week.
I know, that's true. There's no Kermitarian of the week. Peter, I'm going to go ahead and adjust your mic problems real quick. I think it could just be the echo. You're just clicking and clacking a little bit, but you weren't a second ago, so we'll just play it by ear. But yeah, the one thing that I really liked about Alex when I was watching his videos is that he's unapologetic about how he feels about things. And I saw him do a debate about the moon landing, which we don't have to get into the details about, but it was so amazing because he's talking to somebody that was supposed to be very firm in their stance, and he disarmed him immediately and had this guy basically looking like an idiot because he was trying to be way too serious in a fun atmosphere, and Alex just handled it with such grace, and it was just really refreshing to have that guy be on this show with Elisa. And I didn't know how it would, obviously Elisa does great with these kinds of things, but I didn't know how they would vibe, and immediately I knew. And I mean, what a long interview. That was the whole entire show.
And he deserved it.
I'm glad she did. I'm really glad she did let him have the whole show, because he's I mean, for me, it's like my two worlds finally coming together. I'm a big InfoWars guy for 13, 14 years. I've been involved with this world for 7 years. And to see those two worlds come together, because he was just on live with Alex last week. And wow, there he is. Now he's gone from, that whole world that I watch over there to this world, and to see them merge, it was, for me, extremely fulfilling. So,
right. I mean, I agree. I felt like, especially when he was handling Andy and Captain, he might have said something that Elisa didn't like. I think he said that out of being a little bit nervous or something and not knowing exactly what to say. Ooh, maybe I'll break your heart. I think he meant it playfully.
Yeah.
But she took it as a challenge.
Because I watched the guy, because I watched the guy for 5 years, I know he was just making a joke. But for somebody that's new to this guy, they're like, what was that about? But, anyway, I can't say enough good things about Alex.
Me either. I never fanboy over anybody ever at all. But he is exactly what we need, because he's very political in a lot of ways, but he does it in such a disarming way where he can basically play the other side to get you to see how ridiculous some of the things he's saying is. And you're like, oh, wait a minute. Now I'm not like upset A versus B. I can kind of see what it is instead of being so serious. I mean, it's very refreshing that somebody's able to have that kind of effect with people from both sides. And he even talked about it. Like, he is disarming enough to let people actually think about what he's saying instead of immediately defending their stance. And that's a gift. I mean, it really is.
It is. And we need people who are willing to talk to both sides. One of the reasons why I've stayed here for so long is because if we don't find a way to come together and laugh with each other somewhere in the middle, we're just going to kill each other. And I loved when he said that we're the right wing and the left wing. We can't destroy each other because we're part of the same bird. But we have to figure out how to come back together as a country, no matter whether we're on the right or the left. We have more in common with each other than we realize. And the way to find that is through humor. And that means we're going to have to make fun of ourselves, right? Yeah. I think a politician named after toilet paper is exactly what the doctor ordered to clean this mess up. And I don't mind making fun of myself or being made fun of as long as it gets people laughing and joking and it brings us together. There's no threats of violence. There's no fear of being hurt. We have to be able to talk to each other. And that's one of the gifts that Elisa has given us through this community.
I agree.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
You're absolutely right. We've forgotten how to do that, and we've become bitter and angry. Yeah. And when I heard what you said about a politician named after toilet paper, first thing I was going to ask you when I got the chance today was that real. You answered that. And if humor does it, why not? Because nothing else is working.
Peter, you're cracking so bad. I want to ignore it, but I can't ignore it. I don't know how to help you do this because I know that your audio is great in other places, but in here it's so bad. Maybe even just refreshing.
Speed test. Speed test is my new favorite thing.
Now?
It's not good.
How's it now?
It could be Bluetooth problem maybe with StreamYard. I don't really know, but it's.
I'm using Bluetooth. It's really the area. You can't really say it's the device. It's the area.
What's up, Danny?
The area of service.
Hey, I just came out to echo the sentiments. These past two shows are really good, like fantastic.
Yeah. The best.
Yes. So I just came out to echo that.
We're working on getting. Fix that, Pete.
I'm working along with Leap King to getting Brian Abrams on at the end of July. If you guys
Brian
know
Abrams,
yeah, the guy from Color Me Bad. I wanna sex you up.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah. He's like the lead singer. He was on Dr. Phil because he has a problem with alcoholism. And he pushed one of his bandmates on stage whenever it was like a whole thing. But yeah, I'm really excited about that. Hopefully he does come on. So it'll be great.
Yeah, I mean, dude, with today's guest, I mean, it's going to be hard to top next week, I think, personally. I mean, and I've been watching what people said. There's only two people that didn't like him, Bob and Jimmy Rizzo. I mean, unless you're in the chat and you didn't like him, please speak up. But I mean, I think that both of those people were just jealous.
It's they both share this. They have no talent. They have no real truth to them. It's all a facade. It's all pretentious. And here's a guy that is so basically just being himself, putting himself out there and keeping it at a higher vibration. That melts people that, work in that lower vibration or have that darkness. And all they're going to do is feel rage, jealousy, and hatred.
I like how Kleenex has been trying to use big words lately.
I'm not trying to use big words. I'm just okay.
We like Kleenex's big words.
Never mind. Okay, I'll turn back.
No, Kleenex, we love you. We love you. Thank you very much.
We like it. And I like all the bad jokes.
I'm
this
so
week on
excited
Twitter.
that there's somebody that I really enjoyed that made it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, me too. I mean, like somebody said that he red-pilled a bunch of liberals. I don't look at it that way, but I do see it as him being somebody that can unite people that have differences of opinion with humor. And he's not cocky. He's not coming from a high platform of being like, this is how you will think. He's disarming enough to make you actually look at what he's saying.
Right. And he hit on some liberal talking points, right? There's no reason for us to be angry with gay people. We all need health care. There are things that we can find to come together in the middle, and we should be talking about those. They're not bad things. Healthcare is a good thing.
To see K Jobs freeze on camera with no.
That was cute.
The woman that always has something to say that was just like.
That was really cute.
She's so classy all the time.
Oh God! Speak of the enemy of the world. Here we go.
Whatever, Kleenex.
Bob, you have a background noise, Bob. I think maybe your YouTube's on.
Yikes.
Fix your echo, boomer.
Faster than I can react.
That's
It was
okay,
going
Bob.
so well.
Hey, Bob.
Bob's always welcome.
Oh, Kay woke up.
Kay, you did get very nervous and you froze there for a second. Did you have a question for Alex, or did you just get brought up?
No, I just got brought up.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was just like, it was actually quite cute because you were just a deer in the headlights, and it was funny.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy him though, Kay? Did you like Alex today?
He's kind of boring.
Oh,
You thought he was boring?
Okay.
What about him bored you, Kay?
Bob agrees.
I don't know. He just was. I mean, I didn't really find him that funny. I mean, not to be mean, but
I mean, it's not for everybody. I get it. It's not for everybody.
I mean, I hate the guy. He's a cute guy, but
Yeah, Alex is one of those guys from the Obama era. Like, for example, his dad was big into music. He was an actor. And without those connections, he wouldn't be about crap. Let me tell you, he doesn't know nothing about nothing. All he does is come in trying to make peace. And why do they do that? They do that every time they get their little snookle Democrat president in there, like Joe Biden. People like me ain't having nothing to do with it. The guy's a moron.
We
He's
can
a
agree to
moron.
disagree. I loved the guy, Bob. I mean, if you watch some of his content, you might disagree with yourself because
I watch some of his content. He's far left wing leaning. He ain't nothing right leaning about him. He's an idiot. He doesn't know anything about global heating, but he'll sit there and crack jokes about it all day long.
Oh God.
That's his
Kleenex,
way
get
to
him.
bring people to take a look
He
at
doesn't
themselves.
know who the globalists are, but he says, "Oh, you've done nothing. I've done more than him in one day than he's done."
Bob,
in his
that's the
whole
problem,
life."
though. That's the problem. Is it's not a competition. This isn't a contest. Let him
No,
be
but
him.
he tried to make it out to be. The reality is he tries to brag about being a Mr. Know-it-all and know-it-all, and all of these conspiracy theories are against him. There ain't no conspiracy theories to get somebody that fucking
No.
stupid. I promise you that.
Yeah, does
Bob.
he debunk conspiracy theories? I kind of miss that. I'm not
Well,
following him. What
he's
does
really
he
good.
do?
He's really
Well,
good
let me
at
ask
like
you this.
making
Who's Charles
Wait.
both
Bronfman?
sides.
You're
Bob,
a
let me finish.
Democrat. You should know who Charles Bronfman is.
Bob, what he's good at is he takes the ridiculous parts of both parties and he makes fun of them in a way where it's disarming. He's not far right. He's not far left. He's somewhere in the middle.
He's like an
I know, I
independent.
get it.
He's an
Yeah,
independent.
I understand that. And the only time the media tries to bring up men like him are only when you have Democrats for president. If Trump comes back and wins the election, he'll get fired. He might be down there doing podcasts again. That'll be all he'll ever do.
Bob, what's wrong with your face? You look like you have leprosy or something.
Yeah, I did. It's something to do with my blood clots too, but a lot of it's allergic reaction. But the doctor said something to do with these blood clots. So
I'm glad that you're doing so much better, Bob. I know that you have. Listen, everybody's mad that I get along with you again, but I do get along with Bob again, and I've decided let's let the past stay where it is, and I'm glad that you are doing better with it. But I was worried about the forehead. Somebody's got
All right.
okay.
Adult acne. Adult acne. Middle age
Peter?
acne.
I like Peter a lot, man. Peter's like
Yeah, I
the
like
voice
Peter
of
too.
reason, right?
Whose echo was that?
was that
Was
Peter like
Bob?
I think it was Peter.
P-A-T-E-R?
I think it was Peter.
Oh, okay. I didn't get rid of Bob just for the record. He left on his own, but
Please do.
I wasn't. I'm not kidding when I say that he's welcome on here, and that's the great part about different opinions. I'm not going to have everybody sit here and fight and get on each other's throat. I don't think that accomplishes anything. But if he has a difference of opinion, we could talk it out, and he's been really good
God
at that.
help
lately.
us if we all agree on one thing for one afternoon. I mean, we can't all agree. I mean, God, this is the first time ever.
Right.
You got to bring up that one debater, masturbator.
And for Kleenex, for you to come on and say everything you just did, I was a little worried that I know that you must have liked them, but I was a little.
You just
worried.
don't understand. I love this guy. I've been watching this guy for 5 years.
I
And I
heard of
do
him.
believe that he could get her on Alex Jones. I would love to see EJ call in on the Howard Stern or the Alex Jones show. And I think he's the guy to
that'd
make
be
it
awesome.
happen.
I mean, I would love that because
definitely.
I think
For those two worlds to finally meet, I would okay, I'm done.
I think Alex Jones.
No. We don't want the Alex Jones crew.
Yeah, we do, Supertramp.
Let's get
I do.
Alex Jones on her show.
He wouldn't do it. But the way I look at Alex Jones is that he's misunderstood by everyone. Like before he aligned himself with Trump, I almost consumed all of his stuff. going back to the.
But he's admitted over and over that it really cost him a fortune by doing that.
But going back to the Bohemian Grove stuff, if Alex Jones starts telling you about something, you should start listening because he's tapped in, whether it be because his parents are in the CIA or whatever it may be. He was tapped in. And then once he aligned himself politically with Trump, I was like, oh no, because he was so against the machine. And then as soon as Trump came out, he was like, with the machine. And I was like, oh, fuck. So I haven't really like followed him after that. But he's tapped into some things, and I think he would surprise a lot of people. It would be fucking awesome to see Elisa go back and forth with him. I don't think it'll happen, but I think it would be awesome.
Well, I think it could with Alex getting involved, at least for her to call in on the show.
Did what he did. Maybe one of them would have been
Peter.
What's going on with your internet,
Your
Peter?
audio's so bad, Peter. I know that must frustrate you to no end, but it's impossible to hear.
Are you using Wi-Fi? No, you gotta wire into your router.
He's got Bolton Wi-Fi.
It's unbelievable. It's bad. I don't see you backstage, T-Bob.
Okay, what about some of the stuff that didn't happen on the show? Did anybody watch the beach with Layla and Andy? And,
Lala. Get the
Layla.
Who is Lala? Why does nobody keep talking about her?
She's my girlfriend.
It's a beach whale.
Lala is Eric's new co-host on this show. That's how I know her. She's been on Captain Contents before a lot, actually. And I guess yesterday she went to the beach with Elisa and Captain Content. I didn't watch that because it kept cutting out.
I watched.
How was it, Kleenex?
It was pretty good. When there was some issues with connectivity.
Thank you.
But it was. I was right there.
Are you not a Lala?
Anyway, what were we talking about?
I have.
We're talking about your leprosy on your face.
I think I feel bad for her because she desperately.
Hey, I'll help you bring Alex Jones on there. He probably wants to cuss me
desperately doesn't want to be affected by the chat, but she is triggered every time, and
she is very triggered.
I feel bad for her because she gets encouraged by listening to EJ to say, "Don't pay attention," And it doesn't matter that she's a woman that's overweight or gotten bad acne or whatever. I really hate seeing her get hurt by the chat because I used to get hurt by the chat like that, and still do sometimes. So.
I mean,
but
we all
I think
fall into that. Yeah,
we're all human, dude. We're all gonna get a little butthurt from trolls.
Everybody gets.
But she gets really hurt. Anybody that's watched her knows that.
I don't know how you could be born a man and have an inverted cock and then act like that. To that degree. Shut the fuck up,
Bob. You don't think that Elisa's really a man?
Yes, I do. I know she's a man.
Bob, you admitted that you thought that.
No, I tried to be nice about it, but the fact is, she was born a he. Okay, come on.
T-Bob, are you a flat earther too? Are you just one of those kooky people?
No, flat earthers are fucking ignorant, man. Look, Elisa, I got guys. I got a lot of guys I can introduce you to that are transvestites that look exactly like Elisa Jordan. In fact,
how many transvestites
the younger version of Elisa Jordan?
I know, right, Sherman?
How many transvestites do you know, Bob?
Bob knows lots of transvestites.
I do. I've met them all since I joined Kermit and Friends, by the way. We're over on Discord. They invite me into their Discords all the time.
T-Bob, look, dude, if she was a man, let's say you're right. Like, why do you keep talking about it? Who cares? Nobody cares.
The only thing he can think of to insult her.
And you wanted to marry her, so what does that tell us about you?
Didn't. That was a lie. That was my idea.
Oh,
that was you're like the last one to know. Everybody else knows. You didn't know. Where the fuck you been? Oh, you had your head up your gay son's ass who fucked that transvestite. Shut the fuck up.
Be nice.
His son passed away. T-Bob, his son passed away, man. His son passed away.
Let's be nice. Let's be nice.
It's not
I don't care. Bob used to affect me. It's just like, it's literally like rubber bullets. Just bang, whatever,
I think Bob really wants to be a part of the show, and since he's not a big part of the show anymore, he gets his feelings hurt and he has to act out.
No, come on. What has he got nothing to do with that? If he didn't even bring me on the show, I would have been fine with that. But I wanted to get up there and bust Alex Stein's balls a little bit because he doesn't know nothing about nothing.
Doesn't know anything. Use proper grammar.
I speak Texan. I don't speak your fucking French English.
Hey, by the way, Stein's
French
from
English,
Dallas,
that's-
so he's
Yeah,
also from
That's
Texas.
French English, by the way. It came up with that English rule of the English dictionary. It's
No.
non-existent. It
Bob.
doesn't exist.
Bob, let me bring something else up about the show, and I don't know if I know he's watching, and I don't want his feelings to get hurt. But Jimmy the Christian is so obsessed with this Elisa list. That's all he will talk about. It's literally the
Yeah, well, Jimmy
only
the
thing.
Christian's a pansexual. He might as well get his dick inverted. He can't get laid anyway.
Weezy, can you bring him up, Jimmy? Can you bring
Yeah,
him
Jimmy
up?
on the
he
list?
would be the ugliest transvestite in
Come
California.
up, Jimmy. Come up, Jimmy.
He's more than welcome to come up. I have the StreamYard pinned.
Yeah,
I
it's
just
pinned.
think it's quite crazy that he's so obsessed with it that that's all he can talk about. And listen, I love Jimmy. I think he's a great addition. But
Not me. I think Jimmy's a fucking retard.
I think the prayer tonight was spectacular.
yeah, the prayer was very
I
good.
think the prayer was
I had a
wonderful.
prayer request and he completely didn't even say it.
Uh-oh,
What was your
it?
prayer request?
I'm not going to say.
Come
Well,
on.
you
let's
could do
hear
it now. You could do it now, Tramp.
Yeah, maybe we can have him come on and do it for us at the end of the show.
Yeah, if he'd come up.
Why don't
There he
you
is.
just say the prayer right now?
There he is.
What's up, Jimmy? How you
Yeah.
doing, buddy?
There he is, the fake
I don't
preacher
think-
boy.
I don't think obsessed is really the right word. I know this is like a hook to try to get me to come
No,
on.
it's not. It's really not.
No,
We're
it's-
not
it's
trying to
not,
be mean.
It's not anything. It's not
Jimmy.
anything remotely resembling an obsession. It's a topic. It's a topic that was going to be covered on the show. I've lobbied to at least be one of the 7. You don't have to worry because you're already on the list of 7.
No, I'm not worried about it like that at all. I was just thought it was funny because if okay, let's not say obsessed.
Yeah,
You're
obsessed is the
super
one.
hyper focused on getting Captain Content off of the list so that you can be on the list, and I think it's adorable.
Actually,
I support that.
Captain Content's not really on the list. Look,
Captain
this guy,
Content
you
is not
can't
really
get on that
Christian
list
on.
if your pecker's that
Captain-
fucking
Captain
big.
Content is
Shut
not
up.
really on the list. But she does adore Captain Content. I'm just saying that, if
She
there's
likes
7
him, yeah.
people, if there are 7 people on a list, I should be one of the 7 people. That's all.
No,
It's
you
not an
shouldn't. You're too
obsession.
fat and ugly. Shut up.
I agree with that. Hey, first of all, I agree with that because Jimmy's been around since the beginning.
T-Bob,
He's one of the best looking guys here. That's just my opinion, though.
you're out of your element, T-Bob. You're just jealous.
He's not near as good looking as
T-Bob-
you are, and you
T-Bob,
shit your
I heard-
pants.
T-Bob, I heard T-Bob, you're going to open a trans dating service? Is that what you were saying earlier? You know a lot of transvestites and you want to have people meet them?
No, but I do know a lot of them. I mean, obviously, you're interested heavily here. I could tell.
No, T-Bob.
I mean, I could bring you into some of the teetotal transvestite discords if you want
Yeah,
to.
you're way off, T-Bob. I mean,
No,
how
I'm
did you
not
feel
way
when
off.
Alex-
Can we get to the
I
goddamn
know
prayer?
men that still
How
got
did you
their
feel when
pants
Alex?
better than
Let's get to the prayer.
Bob, how did you
prayer,
feel
the
when
prayer,
Alex
Trump.
was really
Prayer.
roasting you?
I just
How
call
did you
Trump
feel when
Trump.
Alex was roasting you
Trampoline.
today?
No, Alex couldn't roast me if he had to. He had no answer for anything. He
was
doesn't know
roasting
anything
you.
about Gavin
Oh,
McInnes. He
God.
thought he
He
was
had
from
you on the
fucking
road.
Canada. I was
Bob
just
show.
proving
It's
what a
the
moron that
Dude,
guy
you were on
is.
the
Bob
ropes.
show.
You were on the ropes.
I'll tell you, I'll debate that guy any day, anywhere about any fucking
there's
topic.
I could
probably
He's
set that
stupid to
up.
keep up with me. He
Set
don't
it
have
up,
the
that would be
education.
funny.
All he has is his little one-liner
Wow.
put downs, and I'm going to get at him with this or that. It's got no bearing on any topic.
He's infinitely more complex than you are. He knows
No, he's
more
not. He's a
stuff.
fucking idiot. Okay, go get the
No.
guy. Let's set it up. T-Bob
Bob.
versus that fucking moron any
Okay,
day,
Bob.
any time of the week, man.
All right, Bob. I just wanted to
You
come
do
on
a
and
list
say
of
that
the topics, and we'll each get 3 minutes to talk. I will own that
Bob,
motherfucker.
I
stop
just-
talking over Jimmy. Let
I
Jimmy
just
finish
wanted to
his thought.
say the list is an interesting topic. I would love to see the list discussed, but I'm not obsessed with the list. It's just
Okay,
Jimmy,
maybe
we're
obsession
too
was the
old
wrong.
to be on the
Yeah,
list.
that's
Haven't
the
you
wrong
figured
Yeah,
that
why
out?
is Witt still on the list? He should have been off the list a
He was
long time
crossed
ago.
off,
Why was
which I
his
think
name
is
crossed
hilarious.
out?
He is off the list.
I missed it too.
He's been crossed
Hyper
off.
focus, probably. better.
Anyway, it's just a
Why is
topic.
it just now happening,
Don't
though, Jimmy?
What's
Let
that?
me ask
Oh,
Jimmy a
God.
question. Jimmy, can
Yes.
you do your prayer mentioning Supertramp's thing at the end of our show, or even right now?
Do
Because
you
he
want me
said
to
that-
do it now?
Yeah, because he said that you ignored something, and he had his
Well,
feelings hurt.
Elisa wanted me to kind of, for the prayer, Elisa gave me specific instructions to roll with whatever the vibe of the show was. And the show was filled, I felt, with hope and joy and fun
Exactly.
stuff.
God damn it.
Yeah, for the
and-
leftists.
Preach.
And Supertramp's prayer request is sort of is a little bit different than that. It didn't match the vibe.
Kind of a downer.
I'd like to do it next week on next week's show if that's okay with Supertramp.
Okay.
Yeah,
Why
Trump,
don't
that's
you
fine.
go get your
Okay.
little hat and put your little hat on?
Okay.
Hat. Oh, you're talking to him. Okay.
No, I was talking to you.
My hat. What hat?
Yeah, aren't you a reborn Catholic? Where's your hat?
What are you talking about?
Like the Jewish
He
people
doesn't
wear.
even-
They got one.
Jimmy,
the
he
Catholic
doesn't even
priest
know
has
what he's
got one.
talking
Where's your hat?
He's a Christian. Did you see Christian?
He
Jimmy the
doesn't
Christian?
He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Never argue with
Weezy,
the rodent, Jimmy. Don't
Weezy,
argue
what-
with the rodent.
Hey, let me ask you, Jimmy. Why did God put you on this planet?
Bob, what kind of answer do you want right now? Because I'll give you whatever answer you want to get you to stop talking.
Oh, there you go. You're trying to be an
What do you-
Alex Stein, but you're
No,
not
no,
that.
no. I don't know what to say. I don't know
you haven't been
what level of
educated
detail you want. I don't even know how to answer that question.
Why did God put all of mankind? Why is everybody on earth here and going to be born here?
To procreate, to go forth and multiply. What do you think
No.
the answer is? You got a different
Yeah, what is
answer,
the
Bob?
answer, Bob?
Is that
What
the
is the
answer
answer,
you
Bob?
got from reading the Bible? Seriously?
What's your answer, Bob?
That
Do
is
you
the
want me to do
answer
my
in the
Bob
Bible, you
impression?
dumbass.
Because I can do a
Not the
Bob
answer in the
impression.
Bible. It's the
Jesus,
answer
why
that's
do a
written
Bob
in the
impression?
Bible, why he put you here, for the simple-minded people. But when you read the Bible, it gives you the proper understanding. People like you've never read the Bible, so until you do, you're never going to get
Wait
it.
a minute.
You're too dumb.
You're saying that people like me never read the Bible? Is that what you're saying?
No, you never read the Bible and you'd know
Wait
the
a second.
answer.
You're saying I never read the Bible? You're saying
No,
that?
because you're
Is that
not
what you're
allowed
saying,
to read.
Bob?
You read it, you don't
Good job,
understand
Jimmy.
it. You go A, B, C, D, E, F, G,
A,
and
B,
it ain't
C,
written
D,
that
E,
way.
F, G. Bob, you're saying I never read the Bible?
Yeah, I never read the Bible. We probably got a blown out
No, you're not a
butthole, too.
Christian.
Yeah,
You
be
don't even know
careful
why
out
God
there.
put you here. You're
Wait,
too
Bob, you're
stupid.
saying I'm not even a Christian?
Oh, here we go.
You're too stupid. You don't even know why God put you here.
Wait,
You're too
Bob,
stupid.
you're saying I'm too stupid?
You're too
Are you saying
stupid.
I'm too
How do you know
stupid?
you're going to heaven, Jimmy?
Bob, are you saying I'm too stupid?
How do you know you're going to heaven,
I
Jimmy?
just want you to answer that question. Are you saying I'm too stupid?
Thanks,
Carmen, what are we
Tony.
going to do about
Fucking
Bob?
How do you know
Oh,
you're going
take
to
him
heaven?
down.
Bob.
I
That's a
don't
great
think there's any way to get through to Bob.
You don't even
Bob,
know
There
if
is
he's
you're
the
a-
going to
expert
heaven or
on
not. You
everything.
don't know.
What
He
about
knows
Bob?
everything about the Bible and
You don't have
everything
a
God
fucking
ever
clue.
What about
wanted.
Bob?
Calls
What
himself
about
a
Bob?
Christian.
What are we going to
Put
do
him
with Bob?
backstage.
What about Bob?
You're a fake Christian.
about
man. Go
Bob?
fuck yourself.
What about Bob? Best movie.
What about Bob?
That's a good movie.
We could remake it with Bob.
I'll tell you,
Sorry,
your
what the
answer's
hell?
in the book of Matthew, smart ass, that you read the Bible. That's
Okay.
the only hint you get.
Well,
Why don't you
what
tell me what
chapter
the
and
answer
verse?
is?
You're going
If
to
you know
heaven,
what the
Jimmy.
answer is, Bob, if you know what the answer is, why don't you tell me what the answer is, Bob? If you know the answer to your question, give me the answer to your question, Bob.
He gets so worked up like a poodle, don't he?
Dude, doing an impression.
He's doing
of
a
you,
Bob
Bob.
impression.
Doing a Bob impression.
Spot-on Bob
He don't have a
impression.
clue.
We all
He don't
see
have
it.
a clue.
You're a
Yeah,
moron.
Goddamn
whenever
dumb, you don't
do
even know
find
what
God,
you're
let me
saying.
know. But right
Damn it.
now, you haven't found God.
Oh,
Bob,
what a
you
shit
didn't
show.
know I was doing an
I
impression
know.
of
I know
you.
you haven't found God. You're a fake
Bob,
fraud.
Did
You're
you
a
know I
bitch.
was doing an impression
Everybody
of
who
you?
is a Christian can tell by looking at you
Bob,
talk.
you can do what you want, but don't talk over people. This is the
Bob.
problem. If you talk over
Bob.
everybody, then it becomes 4 people talking
Bob,
at the same
did you-
time.
He
and
asked
nobody
5
can hear anything.
questions at one time.
Bob,
You got to
did
answer one.
know, you did know that I was doing an impression of you, right? Bob?
Yeah, that's a terrible
I don't
impression.
think he didn't realize that. I don't think he realized
Yeah,
I
we
don't
all
think you
caught
got
on
it.
to it.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Well, listen, Bob. you
Okay,
have a
noodle
good
brain.
one. I'm going to go back and watch. And Wheezy, great wrap-up show.
Jimmy, I want a question. Why, Jimmy?
What?
Thank you, Jimmy.
It's your buddy here.
What?
Why do you want to be on that list so goddamn bad?
It's just if there's a list of 7 people, I should be on the list. It's not a question of want or need.
It's
I
just
should be on the
no
list if you want to
pathetic.
utilize that
Oh, you hate
stupidity.
Elisa. You go back and forth.
I
with
don't
love
hate
hate.
Elisa.
Oh, dude, what did you call her? It's it's
Vapid.
V and a C. V and a C. A V and a C. A vapid.
No, the VC.
That's called,
Not voice
a
chat.
vapid. A
that's called
vapid.
flirting.
Bob.
That's flirting.
Is that what you call flirting?
That's flirting. It's
I think
flirting.
part of the
Well,
problem,
T-Bob, I
men
want you-
flirt
T-Bob, I
in a
want
very
you to have a-
strange way.
Well,
Hey, Bob, I
what's
want
up,
you to have a
Joe
great
Bro?
4th of July weekend. I want you to celebrate America. I want you to do all the wonderful things that Americans do on the 4th of July. T-Bob, you have a great weekend, sir. I love you,
All right,
T-Bob.
you have a good weekend too. Work on that impression. Needs a little work.
Pretty good.
Gary does a
I
better.
thought it was
impression.
great. I thought it was great.
That was great. It's a good impression. I think he nailed you.
Tony
Sounded more
Regan.
like
I'm the guy
Grandpa
that
from
outed Alex
Yeehaw.
Jones. Nobody even knew. I handed everything to that
I did this and I
Stan
did
guy,
that.
and
I'm
he
the
still didn't
smartest
have
man
any
on the
answers. He's
planet.
too
Oh,
stupid to be up
God.
there talking to people in the political arena.
Well, the show's usually not about politics at all, and Alex tries to make light, not Alex Jones, Alex Stein tries to make light of the political furor, if you will.
Oh, I understand and I get it, but it's called controlling the masses. If you control the media and you put out there that everybody's now getting along, Then whenever Trump becomes president, you could change it back around and say, look, nobody gets along under Trump. It's a common thing. They do it every time.
Nobody's getting along now either, Bob. So that's not going to be the theme.
Do you think
That
Trump's
is
going
the
to run
interview
again,
of the
Bob?
team with him. That's exactly the game he's into.
Do you think Trump's going to run again, Bob?
Yeah, and I think he's going to win.
I heard he quit. I heard he dropped out.
He didn't quit, but if he dropped out, who's next?
I don't know. It's a good question.
Mm.
Who would you vote for,
We'll
Bob?
have to see.
Oh, I got a list.
Oh, they're talking about your dirty underwears in the chat, Bob. What do you think
I don't
about
have
that?
dirty underwear, but get a look with that.
What's that? What's that noise? The green.
Hee-haw.
Yeah, who's got the Green
Or
Acres?
Green
up?
Acres, Green Acres, yeah, not
Is
hee-haw.
that
I'm
Johnny
hearing
B?
it too. John.
That should be T.
Bowling? Watching TV again?
That should be
So before
T-Bob
the show got
T-Bob.
blown up by Bob, anything else you wanted to add, Weezy? I'm trying to keep
You know, really, what I was going to talk about is Kenneth, because I felt like he's been away from Discord for the last week because he basically got doxxed. Somebody called his mom or his stepmom. And
Who?
so Kenneth, the guy that usually sings on
Oh,
the
that
show.
was Rob did all that.
Okay, well, regardless of who called, Kenneth.
I don't even know who he is. I don't even care. He tried to ask me, do you want to know who he is? I said, I don't even care.
Well, Kenneth was calling Elisa.
Would you
40
let
times a
Weezy
day.
get a sentence finished before you interrupt Bob? God damn.
40 times a day, Kenneth was calling.
Shut up.
You're like
you
a
fucking
3-year-old
faggot. I was
kid. You're like
answering,
a
man,
3-year-old
you fucking
kid.
faggot.
Pay attention to me. Pay attention to me.
Again, that
You hear me
theme song
shutting
plays
up and
good.
letting him talk, don't you? But you keep running your fat ass mouth, you fat faggot.
Oh, wow. This show has really gone off the rails. But
I mean,
will
it's
say
always
this.
fun.
The Kenneth thing
Yeah,
was
he ain't no but a
ironic.
dick.
Shut up, Bob! Shut up!
Mute him.
He's being himself.
Mute him, Weezy.
I'm not going to mute Bob. I'm not going to mute him. I want everybody to try to stand in line here and like try to be cool. Bob, you could talk over me. Just make sure it's less than you're doing right now. Everybody talks over me already, and I talk over other people too. So I have more
We
patience.
don't mean to, though. We don't mean to.
I know. I get it.
We
Okay.
promise to not do that going forward.
With Kenneth, he was calling her 40 times a day, and he was tagging her 100 times a day on Discord. When he disappeared from Discord, I figured, maybe he stopped calling her as well. Then
I
I
was
tuned
right.
into
You know he's
Captain
under in
Content.
trouble too.
Oh my god.
I tuned into Captain Content's show, and I saw Kenneth call 3 times in the 1 hour that I was watching.
Yeah, I
Then
did too.
today,
It was funny.
he calls saying, I've been trying to call you over and over again, not knowing that she is on the air. It's 11:30 in the morning on a Sunday. How does he get so focused on Elisa that he forgets about her being on air? It's unbelievable.
Oh
like,
my god.
like what is really happening here?
Well, you got to
Like,
take the
who's
source,
so?
Wizzy. You got to take the source.
I thought he quit. I thought he was taking a break. What happened?
He did, but he obviously didn't take a break from calling Elisa all day every day.
Yeah. Just the internet part of it, right?
Yeah, and it's like, bro, like if you're so into the show and you're such a Kermitarian and you get to pick the Kermitarian,
But it's
of the
like
week,
Bobo, calling into Howard and he hasn't watched the show for weeks.
I think you kind of nailed it right there. It is kind of like that. It's like this obsession. And listen, I like Kenneth. I do like
Annoying,
him.
man.
Like
But his
annoying.
obsession with her has gone to the point of like literally nothing else matters. 2 of his real life friends that were in our community that are still in there now, even though he's not there.
Have
They've been pushed
raised
to the side.
absolute havoc.
Prince.
And they've raised havoc.
Yeah, Prince
It's
and
too-
Green Ranger.
Green Ranger.
It has been quite a week altogether. I mean, and CERN's turning on full blast again tomorrow, the particle accelerator.
Isn't that Monday?
Maybe Monday.
Tuesday, the 5th?
tomorrow
I think I heard the 5th.
Okay, maybe you're right, the 5th. But it's been on since April. And I feel like that all of the weird juju in the air that's even in our Discord right now has everything to do with the fact that they're trying to find the God particle. And we're all, I mean, look at 2012. Do you guys remember how weird it was?
Yeah.
I mean,
How weird 2012
A lot of
was.
these people have no idea what you're talking about, Weezy, but I do. So,
right.
I'm kind of in agreement with what you just said. I'm surprised you even were keeping up on that kind of data.
Yeah, I try to. And the fact that it's like going to be on full blast on Tuesday, like
on Tuesday,
stronger than it's
Yeah.
ever been. That's kind of scary.
Yeah,
Who
Jeff.
knows what they're doing with reality right now? We only have we only have our antenna that we can, our eyes, our ears, our noses that are controlled by electrical impulses that go to our brain. So we're only seeing 0.000 something percent of reality that's flying around us at all time. What else is out there? We can't see microwaves or radio waves, but we know they're there. But what else is out there flowing in this empty space around us that is making us feel this way? And I think that every little
easy, getting deep.
Well, I'm just saying.
No, what he's talking about, I've been paying attention. I'm so thrilled that he knows about this. I'm like got a whole new respect for you now that I know you're aware of this.
Thank you.
You are really giving me a chubby.
Stop it,
because I'm really into what you're talking about right now.
You talk about nanoparticles.
It's interesting. No, I'm talking about CERN, the accelerator.
I have to look. I have to look. I got to look into that because it sounds kind of interesting.
You wouldn't be able to digest it, Danny.
Yes, I would.
It's complicated.
Wait, I'll let you up, but you have to show me that it's you. You could be a fake one.
Uh-oh.
Your devices are not connected.
Here comes some more hate.
Kleenex, you think you're smarter than me, Kleenex? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, I'm just saying that I'm so impressed that Wheezy's aware of this and is paying attention to it, because I sometimes feel like there's nobody in this group that I could even have that discussion with, and for him to bring this up is, for me, very refreshing.
Well, I've seen that
That's
word
all.
CERN in the KAF Discord this last couple of days, and I'm really intrigued. I want to see what's going on with that.
Welcome to the show, Wits.
Hello.
What did you think about today?
Well, what show? This show or that show?
Stein,
Hey,
Alex.
Kleenex, I'm
Show,
sorry you
he's
feel
being
that
his
way,
normal
man.
dick sucking faggot ass self.
We gotta straighten this out here, Kleenex. When we're on a show together live. I'm sorry you feel that way. Contact me later after the show. We'll talk it out.
About
what? Which will work it off with a blowjob.
He said he said, "Oh great, here comes more hate."
Oh! I think he was just kidding.
So hello, Wheezy. Hello, Morticia.
So why are you
Hey,
calling
Wits, are you?
everybody
Hey, what's up, Wits?
Hello, Danny.
Wits, are you still going? Are you still going after Cuban?
Why did you call my doctor?
I only did that for a couple days.
Why did you call the lawyer up, Wits?
He got
for the guy I'm suing.
Cuban got what
you do know that's going to be.
He got a fair response to what he did. So
fucking idiot.
We're done. Hey Johnny, how you doing?
It's called Bob's attorney.
Yeah, not my attorney. He called the attorney of the guy that I'm suing over my vehicle, and I just got through reporting that to the police yesterday.
Dude, I'm gonna have to call somebody and tell him you're smoking some good shit.
You can call him and tell him I'm smoking whatever you want. It's still going to be an investigation. If you contacted him with that information that I caught him having that he would otherwise normally never have, not for a case like this.
Now,
hey,
can I
Wheezy, are you hosting this show?
I am.
I've got, there's more important things to talk about. That's like way off subject.
Okay, well,
I got more important things to do.
You're a cyber stalker. You're a faggot ass little pussy bitch.
Shout out to Weezy.
Shout out
to Smokey.
Smokey. What's up, Charmin? What's up, Super
Hey,
So Bob,
Smokey, how you doing?
I will
Hey.
conversate with you. Let me conversate with
No,
you.
you won't conversate with me because you're a fucking
Let me draw on your superb intelligence.
Shout out
here.
to K Job.
Your supreme intelligence.
No, seriously, Bob.
No, seriously, you're a fucking little bitch.
Shout out to Kelly.
That's all there is to it. You're a bitch. You're a bitch.
Have you ever heard of the unpardonable sin, Bob?
What, you sucking a dick? You did that when you were like 8 years old.
Shout out to Danielle.
Okay,
that made me laugh. That actually made me laugh.
I'm dividing you motherfuckers up right now by who thinks Bob's funny and who's not.
That was actually funny for the first time.
I think Bob is funny.
Yeah, Kate loves
one for Bob.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get along with everybody.
Calling everybody's family and lawyers and police and doctors and making up police reports on people.
Hello, are you Bob's lawyer?
Shout out to the shout out.
Listen, I'm trying to get along with everybody, and I feel like the fact that Bob and Wits can be on here at the same time, it doesn't matter what's happening. That's progress. I feel like that's progress.
Weezy, there's absolutely zero progress for me. I came on to say one thing.
You want to suck Kleenex's dick. We get it. You're a faggot.
What do you want to say, Wits?
I'm going to say that I fully intend to get the frog, get Wits uncrossed, unxed out off that fucking list, and then I plan to go to number one.
Uh-oh. You're coming for my spot.
Witz, ever since Witz
I don't think
found out
anybody's
that
getting
Elisa
Wheezy out of the
was a
number one
born of
spot.
hell,
I think
he's
Wheezy's
been
solid.
obsessed with Elisa Jordana.
Alex.
So I don't know, Wheezy. I think it's not
Alex.
right if I ask you for advice, but I'm going to ask you. How do I get that X removed?
You know what you do, Witz? You be the frog again, and you do it without an ego, and you just
You
go
got to
and
be
do
her
it.
slave.
No, not her slave. When
No,
Witz was
you
the
got to be her
frog,
slave.
it was so endearing when he was the frog. Everybody loved Witz at that moment. When he was the frog, the first time he came up on there, Elisa was shocked. She didn't know what was happening. And you know why, Witz? Because you were doing something for the show that was fun for everybody.
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. Witz was trying to
What do you
get
think,
in.
Charmin? Is there any way to get that X
He was trying
removed
to
and
take
you
over
would
the
accept that outcome?
I don't know. I think you're going to have to go on an apology tour for some really bad behavior. Do you know how to give an acceptable apology?
Yeah,
No.
you got to get down on your knees and
No,
lick that
you're going to have to
inverted
work
dick.
on it.
He
Change
apologized to
behavior
me.
You
first.
just have
He
to
did apologize
understand
to
me, I
me.
guess. You know,
I don't
I
know.
have bad days, man. I'm off
Yeah,
my
well,
meds.
you-
You know?
Yeah, we got to figure. You got to figure your meds out, dude, because there's
No,
been
they know all
there's been some
about your
really
meds,
bad
and they take
behavior.
them to pretend you're not there and you're fucking.
Well,
something
I can
wrong.
I
You
can
said you
guarantee you
get
this,
your dick.
Charmin. It's not the worst behavior in this platform right
Oh
now.
no, for sure. There's some bad behavior from a bunch of people who need to learn how to give quality apologies. And I'll start with anybody I can start with. If you want to go on an apology tour and learn how to do it, then I'm for it.
Okay,
So
I
I'll tell you what,
apologize to
Sherman, if
Weezy,
you want to apologize
Tramp,
for being
Sherman,
a
Thank you,
scum
Glenn.
bucket,
K-Jobs,
fucking Democrat,
Danny,
dumb piece of
Witch,
shit running for office,
Smokey, fuck you,
then I'll
Bob.
listen.
Shout out to Kleenex.
I think you should go
T-Bob.
hold your breath somewhere, Bob.
T-Bob, don't be mean
Well, I
to
know, but
Charmin.
see, I just don't think that people
Yeah, Bob,
that are
take 3
idiots
deep breaths
like
and
you
hold
have
the
any
first
business
one.
running for
Till you
office.
pass
It's
out.
stupid to be my leader.
Yeah,
But
hold your breath
T-Bob,
till you pass out.
the fact that
You're not going to
Sherman
make
wants
office in
Weezy,
Florida. I'll
Weezy,
bet
get this
you
back
that.
out. Weezy, get this back under control. Hurry up.
Bob, will
right.
you please listen to me for 1 second, please?
Yeah.
The fact that Charmin wants to do this and she's doing it, I respect the hell out of that. It's not
I don't.
easy, but
I
that's
don't.
okay.
She's just
You
trying
don't.
to commit more fraud and get more
Bob's
money out
too
of
busy
political
crawling in bed
donations.
with my
She
enemies
knows
to
she's
give
got
me
no
any
chance of winning.
respect.
She's too stupid to win.
Well, that's your
She's
opinion.
gonna
but
win.
it
Too
doesn't
stupid
Not
for
matter.
you is
opinion.
a
Who's your
Any-
backer,
good thing for
Sherman?
anything-
You
me.
got no
Charmin,
backer.
I'd like to continue this conversation, but anything I say at this point is going to explode this panel like a nuclear bomb with the guy down in the corner down there.
Oh, stop giving yourself so much credit.
Yeah, you don't get no credit for being a fucking loser.
My God, you was right, Kleenex. You said, "Here comes the hate." My goodness, it's coming at me.
Well, I think Bob and Witz
That's
could
what
be
I'm at. I knew you.
at least
Bob was gonna
nice
lay
to
into
each
you
other.
again.
No way.
We're going to be wrapping up the show soon, and I want somebody
Please
to
do.
sing a song, and I would hope that Bob and Witz could do a duet for us and do some
No.
karaoke together.
Hell
Not
yeah.
gonna
That would be
happen.
You're the
great.
one that I love.
I'll do a song. I'll do a song. My name is Rob DeHaven. I like licking that butthole. I suck a dirty
God.
dick any day of the week. I
Bob,
do it for free because it is my hobby. I love
Thank you for-
sucking shit off them dirty dicks.
Thank you
oh,
for having me on, Dave. I gotta go.
You out of here?
Bye,
All right,
Danny.
see you
Thank
later,
you for
Danny.
coming.
Love you
Bye,
guys.
Danny. Bye,
Tommy.
Danny.
Danny.
Tommy, you look
Hi,
beautiful. Tommy.
Danny.
See you
Thank
guys later.
you. Thank you, Danny. Have a great day.
Thank you, Danny.
Yeah, Danny, and
Yeah,
stop
you
saying
do
you want
look
to
great,
bug right
Sharman.
Goodbye,
Hell yeah.
Danny.
Thank you. Thank you,
All right.
Smokey. I appreciate you.
Any last things we want to talk about with the show before Bob continues to be mean to everybody?
I do. I have one question. I was understanding Andy, her coworker, was going to come today to talk to
He
me
got
to try to
pissed off and
convince
left,
me.
yeah.
But you said it was Alan in the chat.
Oh, I think that it was Andy. I missed.
Yeah, he meant Andy,
Okay.
but he said
Yeah,
Alan
yeah,
by
yeah.
mistake.
Trying to get the names straight.
Right. I just misspoke on that. And I really wanted to see that. And I felt like that's why Alex was here. But I really love that Alex was able to do a 50-minute interview or even longer, just, really winning over a ton of people except for Bob. Witz, did you like Alex today on the show?
I liked Alex before the show.
Right.
Yeah, he's like me, man. He
Being
knows
on the
about
show has nothing to do with
Yeah.
me, laughing at Alex and like.
Yeah, he likes
liking his humor.
schmucks.
I loved him too, though, Bob. I liked
Alex
him
is
a
a
lot.
fucking
I like the
schmuck.
fact that he's
nothing more.
good
He
friends with
doesn't
Gavin
stand for
McInnes.
anything. He doesn't know anything about nothing. He's a cut down artist at best. He makes a few jokes. Big fucking
See,
deal.
I don't think anyone here understands or even knows Alex's politics. He's not a
I do.
Democrat.
I do.
Nor he's
I've
a
been watching him for 4
Republican.
years.
but I do
And
believe
that
he's a
makes him a fucking
libertarian.
retard. He doesn't know anything about any particular topic. He thinks he can walk down the middle, and there ain't no middle line there. It doesn't exist. You're either for the right or the left. There is no in between.
Hey, Bob,
Who's
when you get on
Sydney?
Blaze TV with Glenn Beck, then we'll listen. Till then, shut
Who's
the
You
fuck up.
Sydney?
you never answered
I don't
my
like Glenn
question. I
Beck,
asked
you
you.
fucking faggot.
I
Let's
asked
suck
you a
another
civil
man's
question. I
butthole.
want
In fact,
I
why
want
don't you
you to
rob
bring
me
your
Weezy,
knowledge
Very
of the
fucking
Bible.
loser. You're
one
both
rule,
losers.
right? One rule: no smoking marijuana, right?
You can smoke marijuana. I don't.
Look here, Bob. If you
I
answer my
won't. I
question,
won't.
you get to throw somebody
The
under
one
the
rule
bus.
is no showing your wiener.
I
Fuck
answer
No
you,
it.
Rob.
bombing.
No,
No
no,
doubt.
nothing. I'm just
I
happy
can't
to be
believe
here, everyone.
Light it up,
you're
man.
welcome.
Light it
Fuck,
up.
I'm
You're always
outnumbered
You're
welcome.
like
now.
me
Okay,
yourself, man.
nice try, Weezy. You did a
Drive
good
me
job.
crazy.
Yeah, good try, Weezy. We try
But
every
we
week.
do have a couple more
You
minutes
tried.
before the show ends. Jay just
Bob
got here.
Jones, is there such a fucking thing as the unpardonable sin in Matthew 12 and Mark 3 and Luke 12? The unpardonable sin, blasphemy against the Holy Spirit,
You should
unforgivable.
know the answer to that. What's the mark of God? And what's the mark of the beast? That tells you right there.
The mark of God is just his spoken name. The mark of the beast, his
Wrong.
number shall be
Wrong.
known 6 on the
Wrong.
forehead.
Wrong.
Okay, we're not here to
Okay.
debate who's smarter. I just want to draw off your knowledge of the unpardonable sin. Is there such a
Yeah,
thing?
you don't
If
understand the unpardonable
Never mind,
sin
forget
because
it.
You don't understand the
You got-
mark
you
of the
guys
you
should
both
beast.
just
got beat
call
with the
each other.
cigarette stick.
Call
Until
each
you
other, boys.
understand
Call each
exactly
other.
what the mark of the beast is and what the mark of God is, you have no clue. Why
Okay,
that
let me
law
cut
was
to the
put in
chase.
there.
Let me cut to the chase. Fuck the segue with you. I can't have a segue with you. So I'm going to cut to the chase. Jimmy the Christian fucking himself in the ass with a crucifix is blasphemy of the Holy Spirit. It is the
No,
unpardonable
it is
sin.
not.
This motherfucker's praying to God and he will never go to heaven. He will never see heaven because he can't be forgiven.
Most likely he
Wow.
I'm
won't.
going to take a
I'm
better
not
look.
going to
Am I
heaven. I
looking
don't
at?
want to go to heaven. Heaven's a
To have,
ghetto.
I'll say that, whether he's going to heaven
Charmin,
or
what
hell.
has happened
Ask
here?
him how he knew
I
he was
don't
going to
know.
heaven or
As soon
hell.
as
He
Bob
doesn't know
came
the
up, I knew there was going to be trouble.
We
And then
want
Witch
Bob and
showed up,
Witz
and
to
I was
have
like,
a
"Oh
show.
my
Okay,
God, Bob and
you-
Witch
Look,
together!"
I'll tell this
Ah,
much.
This is
I'll
the
give you
only
this much.
case in which man can judge
Rob,
whether
I'm
he
going to
will enter
answer
the
your
kingdom of heaven
question,
or
Rob.
not.
I'm going to give you non-Christians this little bit of information. The mark of God is only given to those who is committed to going to heaven. God has accepted them already, whether they're born yet, born now,
I'm so
living
glad
now, or
Bob's
dead.
opinion isn't what gets me into heaven.
The
When
mark
a
of the
heathen
beast
talks
is
about
people
God, I want to
who has
vomit.
already
Me
made up their
too.
mind, who will never accept God's way, and who will never go to heaven. And if you ever study the Bible at all,
All
you
right,
know the
all right,
numbers.
forget
The
it,
numbers are
forget it.
1/3.
Forget the
Stop
religious aspect.
interrupting. You want
What
your
about
answer?
your
Stop
expertise on
interrupting. Stop
buttholes?
interrupting.
Let's just
It's
go with
always
buttholes.
Bob's
1/3.
complaining about
1/3 of the
interrupting.
people that turned against
Talk
God
about the
is
pot calling the
1/3
kettle
of the
black.
people of the angels that fell from
I'm just
heaven.
waiting for Bob to
It's
peel off his
1/3 of the
face, and
angels
he's a
that
lizard
turned
person.
against
I know,
God.
He's
right?
one of the lizard people.
You see the way his eyes twitch.
One-third will never go to heaven. So 1/3 of the people born from the beginning of Adam and Eve
How do
until
you
the
feel
end of
about
time
ramming a
will not
crucifix
go to
up
heaven.
your
That's
butthole for
1/3 of the
sexual
people. That's all
pleasure?
we know according to what the Bible
Bob,
says.
how do you
But
feel
you have
about
not
All the people who
accepted the
come here
mark
to
of the
figure
beast
me
How does
and
that
the
out.
mark
make you
of God,
feel?
and you cannot
Ooh.
commit blasphemy until you
How you
receive the
doing,
mark of
Sherman?
the beast.
This is my version of
I'm
hell right
worried.
now.
Are you gonna sing us
I'm
out?
worried
My
about everybody
version
who
Go
comes
with
here
it.
looking for me to try to figure me out.
Trampoline, this
And
is
they
my
see
Go with
these
version of
it.
guys.
hell.
I'm
Just go
sorry,
with
Weezy.
it,
This
Sherman.
is
I'll
my
let you
version
come
of
up
hell.
on my
Bob and Witz
platform
going at it.
and get
It's
me
all
there.
good,
It,
Wade.
you know, it does. It is kind of a version
I have
of
a lot
hell
of
for you.
Answer
patience
your
Nailed
today.
it.
That's
question.
working out. I want
If you were
Tramp to
talking
sing
and
us
didn't
out.
listen,
I don't know if Tramp wants to sing us out, but I'd like him to sing us out.
No,
I
I
appreciate
don't want to
everybody
sing
come
us
up
out.
here.
No,
You're not
he's
doing
too
it?
For it,
high.
Super Tramp.
No.
Oh yeah.
He's too high. He's
What?
too high.
Super
Oh
Tramp,
my
you can do it.
God.
Come on,
Where's
Tramp.
Johnny B? Did
Smokey,
Johnny
you
B
bet.
leave? He's our usual
I
singer.
know
You're
Johnny
the
B left,
karaoke
so
king, bro.
Oh,
you
where'd
are the
Johnny
karaoke.
B
What about
go?
you, Smokey? You got something for us?
Somebody
Hey,
has
Ben
to sing
Smokey.
I
something.
don't. Sorry, I didn't come prepared this evening.
it's your smoking
Okay.
thing.
This afternoon.
How you been, Jay? Hey, Ben Smokey. How you doing, Kay?
What's up, bro? Chilling.
I did hobo, and I
You gotta
love
say hi to everyone.
everyone.
Next
As
week, I
long as
promise to
you
have
don't
Witz
hate
against
me,
Jimmy
because I
if
like
they
to
both.
smoke the
Appreciate it.
sausage.
Bob, let me finish real quick. I want Witz against against Jimmy next week because Witz just made a pretty bold statement that Jimmy will not be able to get into heaven for butt fucking himself with a crucifix.
Wasting his time praying.
We'll can find out. We can go back and forth between them, and we'll use it.
I just start seeing The
It's just an
Exorcist
act.
all
It
over
means no
again.
bearing on if you go into heaven or hell. That's the one judgment that we're not allowed. Only God has that judgment. You can guess.
Oh God.
There's no guessing.
Only
if you
God has
commit
the judgment.
pardon.
there is
God wants
guessing.
us all.
It's called judging people without actually judging heaven or hell kind of thing.
I can't
You
judge
can
you for
judge
anything, but God has told us that is the unpardonable sin. So we've already been told. I'm not judging.
Where's it written
I'm,
in the Bible?
I'm
If you
quoting
stick a
the Bible.
crucifix up
I'm
your
quoting
ass, you're not
Matthew
going to
12,
heaven.
31 to 32.
Shout out to Fat Toothless. All right. Well, I guess Supertramp's not going to sing for
K
us,
Jobs, you want to sing a song?
but Kay's more than welcome to. Jay,
have
would
you
you
been
like
thrown
to?
under the bus yet by all
Okay,
these
nobody
people?
wants to sing.
Nobody
a
wants
song.
to sing. Everybody's like, nah, I don't want to sing. I don't
Can
wanna
I
I'm
be the
too
first
shy.
to throw you under
Doesn't
the
feel
bus,
like a
Kay?
singing day today.
It's okay.
You
We're
can
still
do it,
going to end the
Supertramp.
show. I appreciate everybody coming up here
Singing in the rain. I'm
and getting
singing in
along
the
as
rain.
well
Yes,
as we
it's raining.
did. Bob, thank you. I wish
always
that
a
we
miracle.
wouldn't talk
You
over
get the
people.
Quit picking your
Big
nose on
Star
Weezy's
Spangled
show.
Banner
Stop
for
picking
Bob.
boogers, Bob.
Right there.
Damn.
You want to
Bob
listen
is
to
a
the
perfect
American
example of
anthem.
Republican.
Charmin,
There
I
you
love
go.
you.
Charmin,
I love you
very
too,
much.
This is
Weezy.
why we
I love
only
you,
get
Super
along.
Tramp. I love you,
I love you
Kleenex. I love
Love
you,
you
Kay. I
guys.
love you,
Love you,
Smokey.
man.
Bye,
Love you, Sue.
everybody.
Bye
Peace
bye.
out.
Bye.
Bye.
Democrat.